Hello there, welcome back to the BritTwitch YouTube channel. I'm Dan.
Be silent now! This is my one, thank you. This is my moment. You won't ruin it for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to BritTwits. My name is Alex, I'm the twit of the controller, and with me today is Dan, who looks like he needs this job. How are you doing, Dan?
I'm alright, mate. I'm alright. Not too bad at all.
No, I've good to know you're alright. I mean, just remember your place in this one. You're to provide witty commentary.
Yeah.
No more, no less.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right.
It still feels weird, man. This is strange for me. I like it.
Have you found what you want to do with your hands?
No. So what I've got is a small device which actually houses an M2 hard drive in it, and all I'm doing is constantly opening and closing it.
Wow. I mean,
that's what I'm doing.
Do you want to get yourself tested for something? You're alright. Like, stay bloody still.
Just full on ADD. It's
right.
I mean,
where were we? Catch me up. Where were we when we left off? Because I can't remember this.
So we met Oren. We were in Zanarkand with Oren, and Sin attacked after a rousing blitzball game, which we're still not sure on the physics of. Oren and Joel actually fought off some spines, the spines of Sin, or whatever they're called.
Sin scales, aren't they?
Sin scales, that's the one. So they fought off a bunch of those. They destroyed a bridge, and then Oren looked at what appeared to be either a black hole or the anus of Sin.
The devil's anus.
The devil's anus of Sin. And he said, "Are you sure?" And then he and Joel both fucked off into the devil's anus, and now we're in some murky ruin.
Yeah, so now we're at Baaj Temple.
Baaj Temple, is that what it's called?
So what we'll do is we'll swim through here towards the next save sphere. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we're not gonna stop at the next save sphere, because that'll be shit. Welcome to this short series.
But it would be very on brand for you, Alex. I mean, that would be so on brand. As like, here is the next save sphere. Time to stop.
Episode 1, 24 minutes. Episode 2, 2.5 minutes.
Thank you very much for watching. Well, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more.
Dan. Right in the feels.
Honestly, just banger after banger in this. Oh, he missed. Oh, 25.
Oh, and it's a bad miss.
Oh, and that's a bad miss. I should really go get myself a beer for this, because
there's literally no reason why you shouldn't have beer.
Yeah, I should have beer. Like, dressed the way I am, watching you play Final Fantasy, I should have beer. I might go get one of them.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably do this entire thing from the back of a Weatherspoons.
I could.
Particularly in that look, you'd fit right in.
Yeah. I mean, I'm wearing a Weatherspoons carpet by looks things. Like, it's literally the thing is, this is a really nice waistcoat.
Are you referring to your waistcoat or your beard?
Well, both, actually. My beard is just as sticky, but my waistcoat is just as garish. So, no, I'm referring to... I'm talking about this waistcoat as if I don't love the suit that it came with, because... it's a suit I wore to Helen and Tim's wedding, so which was obviously a really fun time.
Yeah, it was lovely. I mean, I obviously went in my normal suit.
He did, and to be honest, it's the most dressed down I've ever seen Alex.
Just because I didn't bother with a different suit. So unlike Dan, that just buys a whole new suit every time he wears one, which suggests to me that you move house more regularly than you wear suits.
Yeah, because of money.
Because of money. Houses are famously cheaper. We're going to fight for Gioscano at this point. Do you remember the Gioscano?
I do remember it. I didn't remember its name.
The Gioscano, well, it says, it makes it a lot easier.
No, I know, but what I mean is I didn't remember it to begin with.
Well, you get the option if you come back to Baaj.
He's kicking your ass.
Oh yeah, he will, because if you'd notice, he did half my health and half my health again.
Yeah.
So this is a story boss.
Ah. So it's not a boss.
Watch my story, Dan.
Oh, this is my story. I found some information, and it's not real information; it's Reddit information, but it counts.
Oh god.
So in Zanarkand, the Blitzball court is anti-gravity. So
Right.
it has its own, it's all sort of anti-gravity, which means the water is kind of irrelevant. But every other Blitzball court, I guess court, Blitzball sphere, I don't know, game area is just water, and these people just can breathe for long periods of time. This is crazy.
Oh God. Can you
Yeah.
imagine going from a nice anti-gravity one to an actual one?
Yeah.
Being like, oh yeah, I was awesome on this. It's like when you swap between playing with like one of those little plasticky footballs as a child to an actual one made of like pigskin or whatever, and it breaks your toe.
Yeah.
I was gonna die in this place.
So with the Giosgano, have you come back to Baaj Temple whenever you've played it then?
I don't remember doing so. I may well have done, but it was so long ago since I played this.
So I'll mention this briefly, just because I don't know if we'll bother coming back during this playthrough. But you get to fight it again, and effectively by that point you've leveled up to a point where basically it's just like when Neil kills that fish in the In-Betweeners.
it's just
like gets it stuck.
Also, you'll have friends right at that point. You have friends.
Oh
with
yeah,
you.
yeah, it does make it a lot easier. Sadly, you can't optionally have the Giosgano join your party.
Ah, so sorry, I've just looked a bit more, and so where is it? So the water is supposed to be infused with things called fireflies, which help sustain the players in lieu of oxygen. So the idea is they still have to hold their breath for long periods of time, but these fireflies make it possible to actually sustain themselves for a full, like, I don't know, half an hour game. I don't know how long the actual games are.
Well, the fireflies are very central to the plot as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I seem to remember that being the case. That's really
so-
cool. That's really cool. I like that.
We'll come back to this piece of information, I think, at a later point, because once we know, as the audience knows what the fireflies are, that'll become substantially more macabre.
Yes, yes, for sure.
So you keep that in your hat.
Keep that under here.
Yeah. Filled with knowledge, that
Filled
hat.
with knowledge. This is my knowledge hat. You'll only see me wear it when I'm a guest on something, because I don't need knowledge if I'm playing.
So we've got to find ourselves some flowers, by the way, Dan, so we can
very
start
nice.
a fire.
Oh, for a fire, not for the love of your life.
What else do you use flowers for, Dan?
You give them to someone you like, Alex, in an attempt to woo them.
Oh, right. Would heats not woo someone?
Well, it depends.
Would you like to freeze to death, or would you like to cuddle up?
Do you know what? I would say yes. I think you'd be right. I think that would work. But you'd have to make sure you're both in a situation where heat is a necessary part of what you're doing at that moment in time.
So you have to initially manufacture a deadly situation.
A deadly situation where heat is more important than just flowers.
than not having someone else in your personal space. Like, I don't know about you, Dan, but that's pretty bloody cold for me.
I mean, it also sounds really bad, Alex. Right.
Manufacture the situation. Do you reckon that's what the Titanic was?
A manufactured situation just for Jack and whatever her face was. Which obviously didn't work because he died. It backfired to an incredible degree.
We found ourselves some badly rendered flint.
That's actually a good point. Alex, if ever you were to buy a boat, what would you call it?
Oh well, it depends. I certainly wouldn't do a poll, get it named Boaty McBoatface, and then not go with it.
No, 100%. Because you'd do a poll and stick with whatever the public says, wouldn't you? You wouldn't backtrack.
I think I'd go with quite an evil name. I think I'd probably do like an Empire-style name, like the Obligator, and then mainly use it just to like ferry myself around from A to B.
I mean, I've already decided if I ever buy a boat, it's gonna be called the Unsinkable 2.
Oh God!
It's a conversation starter, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like, so what happens to the Unsinkable? Well, we don't talk about it.
Well, you know, it was one day away from retirement. Like all police. That's always a police trope, isn't it?
Yes,
Remember that being first in The Simpsons, I saw that.
Also,
which I'm sure must have been a reference.
Yes, definitely. But Simpsons is so good at referencing things that it becomes the reference itself.
That's the thing, isn't it? Is that, you know, after a certain point, you don't actually need the thing it was referencing because The Simpsons will do. I didn't know Oren was the coach of the Blitzball team.
It's been 10 years.
He comes in and he just critiques.
I thought you'd be crying.
Who? Me?
Joel doesn't cry.
You cried.
Oh, okay, he cried.
I think what he'll cry about is the fact that door's been left ajar. You know what Joel's like with doors?
He hates them being open, doesn't he? Hates
Because
it.
then people might come through. Oh. Strange how he's got an earring which specifically looks like the symbol of his dad, isn't it?
Wait!
Yep.
Don't go out on me!
Don't let the fire go down.
That's not even
Okay.
close.
No. Oh my god.
Also, I'm going to question Joel's intelligence here, on account of he chose the most open area to set a fire for himself alone.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that one of the good things about being there is you'll see there's a lot of water flowing in. You don't know how damp the other areas were.
That is true, but there is also multiple entrances and exits, right? Like, there's so many ways in that anything could come in and try and eat you. Hence the thing that's trying to eat him.
I mean, like, he could at least have put himself, like, on top of that little thing.
Yes.
You know, those various...
Yeah,
that ledge there, next to the weird face.
I mean, granted...
Next to the Pokemon substitute symbol.
Oh my god, it was as well. It's like a little ride-on plushie. Yes. So if anyone doesn't know, go and watch our Pokemon Stadium Let's Play. We've done a rental randomizer of the gym leader castle. We're still in the middle of it actually at this point, which is
Yeah, loads left to go at the rate we're going.
yeah. Bhed.
So we got the option. What do you reckon, Dan? Do you reckon we're going to have all 4 of those men gun it down?
Gun what down?
Gun the creature, the beast.
Oh, I thought we beat the beast, but no. Yeah, no, I reckon... Oh, hello.
Because she comes in and she's like, oh, I'm awesome. Instead of getting her 4 mates just to shoot it in the face.
Yep, true. Oh, she's got grenades. Grenades are good.
Yeah, I mean, grenades are best used against a single enemy.
Yep.
Which is already stood in the open.
Yep, that is literally... That's in... Oh, she's... Why did this enemy have a grenade?
Just in case 2 of us rocked up.
Why did this click have a grenade?
Sorry, Joel's got 10 potions on him just in case.
They're
No, we're not going to keep trying our luck.
They are far more effective than Pokemon potions. That was 200 health.
Can you imagine that? People, I think that's the thing, the economy of potions. I reckon that they're the one you get at the start of the game is just like homeopathic or whatever it's called. If you have like a pure potion, you're as high as a kite.
Yes. It's in a little spray bottle, isn't it? It's like a little spray. You're healthy now.
Oh yeah, it's not like a topical cream, which is arguably what it should be.
Yeah.
Because you know, like, they're nearly always like muscular injuries and whatnot.
I'd use another grenade if I were you. Like,
probably a good idea.
Yeah, like they do so much damage. Oh, it's fine. It's done. It is over and done with. Oh, look at the smug face.
Yeah, I'm good at this game. I also like HP's a resource. So, like, if you ever played Magic the Gathering, people are worried about getting like low on the old life. Like, nah, don't worry about it. It's the same to win on 1 HP as it is to win on 200 HP.
Phew. That was close.
Oh.
Hey, let me go.
We have guns. Oh man.
Oh.
So when you get all the Albed primers and you can actually understand them, that's really cool. I remember that being a thing, and you like, so after, even if you get a couple, you end up getting a lot of the different letters, so you can still figure out what they're saying. And I think that's really cool about like the character learning a new language. I think that is such a cool mechanic in these games, which
I love it.
I haven't seen it replicated in any other game ever.
Well, basically, how it's been replicated since that point has been like the browser games where they limit your answers based upon the amount in that skill you've got. isn't it? Really. So like, if you ever play something like, well, Mass Effect, and play Mass
Yeah.
Effect, unless you've got enough points in Renegade, you can't pick the Renegade options in
No,
a chat.
for sure. But what I mean is, the story doesn't change, right? You get an extra understanding of the story
Yeah.
if you have
yeah,
all
I
the
mean,
other primers. It gives you a cool like. Obviously, it'd be cool if you had if you could find a couple of them at the beginning, so you understood a little bit of what was going on at the beginning. But I guess that's what they're going for from a story perspective, right? He knows
I think
no
there's 2 or 3 on the boat though, and
Yeah,
then
so
which
you-
is
you
nice because
learn
I
it
think you
very
get them at a
quickly.
point where you can.
Yeah, and also it's something to look. It'd be cool. That'd be actually something that might be worth us looking up, and I might look it up so we don't miss any. So I think that's a really cool thing that happens throughout the game, right?
Okay.
Well, it's probably on Duolingo as well.
Yes.
So you just learn it. You're not doing anything else, are you?
Right now, no.
No.
Oh, Sid.
Oh, here he is. Well, that's brother, isn't it?
Oh no, it's brother. Sorry, you're right. It is brother.
Whatever.
Because in Final Fantasy X, they do this weird thing where they basically have a Sid substitute for most of the game, and then when Sid turns up, he's an absolute like badass.
Yeah.
But he also doesn't speak out bad, I don't think, or at least doesn't do so publicly.
You can stay if you make yourself useful.
He instead sounds like a 1930s prospector.
All right.
I like that guy. He's like, no, shush. I'm hitting you in the head now.
To be fair, at this point in the game, I think it's pretty common to want to hit Tidus in the head.
So there is definitely one on the
There he is.
ship. There you go. You got it. Nice. And then it looks like the next one's in Bhed Village, so we've got a little while.
What's this?
Cool.
Some kind of crane?
I mean, some kind of crane.
No, it's
It's
one
the
of
most.
no, it's one of those pick-uppy things, you know, from like the arcades.
You don't have to shout.
But the thing is, it looks so much like a crane. It's not a big push away from
Oh, it's a crane.
a
This is
traditional
some
crane.
kind of crane.
God, some kind of device. I have no idea what it could be used for with its grabbing hand and long metal appendage. It's obvious what it's for.
I love this.
Right,
man.
well, let's get ourselves in the water. And then we'll go from there, I think. We might
man.
pause the episode. We'll just do this great thing. So for everyone's benefit, effectively the sphere grid is the main method by way of advancing your character in the game. So we start off at basically a point predetermined for your character. Because Tidus is like a light skirmisher, he starts at this point near loads of strength and evasion improvements.
His name is Joel.
And he obviously gets Joel, sorry. And Joel will also be able to learn like his ability. You'll notice you've got S.level, and it tells you how many you've got. You just spend them. You'll never actually know what level you are in number. It's not like Pokemon, where you know you're like level 20 or whatever. But this little tutorial, if ever you play the game, explains how to do it. I would say passingly well.
So
but-
as a kid, I never fully understood the sphere grid at all. I just never got it. So in general, I just didn't really do it a lot. I did a little bit here and there. So
Did you have a lot of trouble with subjects in general in school, or?
no, it wasn't
Was it
that.
just-
It was. It never really interested me enough. Like it never caught. It never. It wasn't a. So in a lot of level up systems, as a kid, they're sort of simplified. There, you add points into strength. You add points into this. You add points into this. You know what I mean? Versus, like in Mass Effect, where you add points into various things and you get skills out of it. Whereas this is very much you go to a place, and if you have the right sphere, you can put it in.
Mm.
That always confused the hell out of me as a kid. And I mean, I was young, wasn't overly good at games, still not. So it's just very strange. But yeah,
They're just quite upsetting for you.
yeah. So watching you do it with ease actually hurts. No, you've learned the ability cheer.
Ah!
Ah! Ah!
Okay, so what we'll do is, on that note, we'll end today's episode, I think, so
Ooh.
we can take ourselves off into the deep.
So
So next
what I love about
episode
this
we'll be
is, before you go on, is you've learned from one of my mistakes immediately, and you've made a new save, which is something that I didn't do a little while ago, and it's fucked me.
Yeah, and it's one for the viewers is you'll notice that I'm effectively making a new save every time we end the episode.
Yeah.
This is quite deliberate, and you'll notice that I'm grinning when I do it. And that is something that Dan knows, that I'm mocking him surreptitiously.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You cool with that, Dan?
I feel like I don't have a choice, do I?
Well, I can always just haphazardly merge them together and hope. That's your choice when you prefer.
All right, okay, fine, it's okay. I'm gonna go get a beer.
Sounds good to me. So, everyone, if you enjoyed this episode, please do give us a like, subscribe, or comment. We value any and all engagement from you, no matter how scathing. So please do.
More scathing, the better.
Yeah, we love it. We thrive upon it.
Yeah.
I'm like one of those Chinese fables, the Yama Kings. I feed upon discourse and anguish. So send us all your flames, and just know that it sustains me. On your way.
Bye, guys. Thank you.